Captain at 17, left back, center back, midfielder, all at once. So what exactly is Chelsea doing here? Look, while half of Europe was busy chasing wingers and number 10s, Chelsea dropped 40 million on a teenager. Not a striker, not a star boy number 10, a defender. And not just any defender, a left-footed center back who can play fullback or drift into midfield if he wants. And here's the thing, he's just 19, but already looked like the only adult in an Ajax squad that was falling apart at the seams. So no, this ain't just another young prospect. This is a kid who already captained Ajax in Europe, already won the Johan Cruyff Talent of the Year, already made his debut for the Netherlands, and somehow still acts like he's got more calm than half the guys twice his age. The real question, did Chelsea sign him for what he is now, or because they know what he's about to become? Because when you line him up with Enzo Maresca's system, all that positional rotation, all that Pep-like madness, Hato just fits, like he was made for it. And let me tell you, he didn't come to sit on the bench. He came with a mission, with clarity, with attitude. He came ready. You remember Ajax last season, right? Total mess. One of the worst seasons in club history. Fans protesting, coaches getting sacked, players playing like they forgot how to pass. It was chaos, straight up dumpster fire. And right there, in the middle of that storm, was Jorrel Hato, 17 years old, wearing the armband like it was nothing. Yeah, you heard that right, 17. Europa League night, captain against AEK Athens. And he wasn't there to pose, he was there to lead. He broke De Ligt's record by more than a year. And it wasn't a PR move. They gave him that armband because no one else looked like they could hold the team together. And Hato, he did it like it was just another Thursday night. The way he carried himself, man, calm as hell. Making clean passes, stepping up when needed, holding his position like a vet. Zero panic, zero drama, just football. You know what that tells you? This kid's not just talented. He's got that been through it energy. Like he already walked through the fire and made it out colder, smarter, ready for more. And that's exactly what Chelsea needed. Remember what it felt like watching Thiago Silva at Chelsea? The calm, the composure, that sense that even when the game was falling apart, he wasn't. He wasn't the fastest or the flashiest, but he never looked rushed because he didn't play reactively. He played like he already knew what was coming. And here's the wild part. Jorrel Hato, at 19, is already showing signs of that same presence. He's not throwing himself into tackles to prove a point. He's not yelling instructions to look like a leader. He's leading through control. Just like Thiago used to do. Hato positions himself where the ball's going to be, not where it is. He plays forward when it's safe, holds when it's smart, and when the press is on, he doesn't panic. He breaks it. Last season, he averaged over 5 progressive passes per 90 minutes with a 90% completion rate. As a defender in a collapsing Ajax team, under constant pressure, tell me that doesn't sound familiar. The way he uses his body to shield, the way he shapes for the next touch, even the calm look on his face. You can see the Thiago influence all over his game. And look, we're not saying he is Thiago Silva. But if you told a Chelsea fan that the next leader at the back was already here, just younger, faster, and left-footed, they'd probably smile. You know that left side of Chelsea's defense? Yeah, it's been a war zone. Cucurella played over 5,000 minutes last season, Chilwell's made of glass, Viega's gone, Reece and Gusto, always one hamstring away from another layoff. And Maresca's system, it's not forgiving. He wants that 3-2-5 positional setup, like Pep, fullbacks inverting, center backs stretching wide, midfield rotations like a Rubik's Cube. If one piece breaks, the whole thing wobbles. So what do? You get a guy like Hato. Left-footed, positionally sharp, ice cold on the ball. Someone who doesn't need 3 months to adapt, because honestly, he already plays like he was born inside this system. Want to play him as a wide LCB? No problem. Need him to overlap as a traditional left back? Easy. Want him tucking into midfield and building from the inside? Done. He's not just versatile, he's seamless. One player, 3 roles, 0 tactical drop-off. That's why Chelsea paid the big money.
Not just because he's talented, but because he solves a tactical headache and gives your exhausted starters a break. For a team held together by tape last season, Hato's not a signing. He's relief. By the way, if you're enjoying this and you actually want to see where this Chelsea rebuild is going, drop a like, hit that subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Is Hato starting day one, or are they easing him in? Seriously, I read them all. Let's see who's really watching the game. All right, let's break this down. Because if you still think this is just another let's wait and see type of signing, you haven't seen what this kid actually did. Last season in the Eredivisie at just 18, 31 games, and not as a bench warmer, 30 starts, 2 goals, 6 assists, which by the way made him the most productive defender in the league when it comes to assists. Yeah, not U21s, not friendlies, top flight football, starting, delivering. He also finished the year with a 90% pass accuracy, with tons of those passes breaking lines, not just safe square balls. 58 successful tackles, 22 interceptions. That's more than most veteran center backs in that league. And he's still learning. And then came the recognition. He won the Johan Cruyff Talent of the Year, voted by every Eredivisie coach and the national team manager. That wasn't just hype, that was real respect. But stats aside, it's how he carries himself that hits different. In his first Chelsea interview, he straight up said, "I wasn't hoping to make it, I knew I would. I told myself, at 18 or 19, I'll be a first-team player." And here he is, a teenager with numbers like a senior pro and the mindset of someone who's been through 2 careers already. All right, let's keep it real. Hato is legit, no doubt. But he's also 19, he's still got stuff to clean up, and if we're being honest, that's exactly what makes this move so interesting. Let's start with the air game. He wins about 47% of his aerial duels, which, in the Eredivisie, you can live with that. But in the Premier League, with Holland, Isak types crashing into you, that needs work. No way around it. Then there's the left foot dependence. Yeah, it helps Chelsea's build-up and gives them structure. But under pressure, you can tell. He avoids his right foot like it owes him money. Smart defenders are going to pick up on that fast. And sometimes he gets too aggressive, steps too high, loses the line. It's the kind of youthful energy you love until it costs you a goal. But here's the twist. None of this is alarming. It's not failure, it's foundation. He's got all the tools, he just needs the right environment. Now let's not sugarcoat it. Chelsea hasn't exactly been known for patience with young talent. How many Wonderkids have they signed, loaned, and forgotten? But Maresca's different. He's a teacher. He works with young players, builds them into systems, gives them identity. And if that patience really is part of Chelsea's new DNA, then Hato's not just safe, he's in the perfect place to explode. Let's be real for a second. When a club signs a 19-year-old, people usually say, he's one for the future. Let's give him time. Let's not rush it. But with Hato, that doesn't apply. Because when you've captained Ajax in Europe, played over 30 senior games in one season, led all defenders in assists, and walked through a burning club like it was just another training day, you don't need time. You need a shirt. Hato isn't here to watch from the bench. He's not here to wait for an injury. He's not even here to rotate. He's here to play, to start, to stay. Chelsea didn't just sign potential, they signed presence. Someone who fixes the system now, someone who brings balance now, someone who, even at 19, walks into this squad and says, that spot's mine. And honestly, after everything he's already shown, who's gonna argue?